you state your name for the record, please?
Dick Reinbold.
You've been here for a while, and you know everyone's at the end of patience, so I'll try to be quick. Judge Reinbold, you have served as judge.
Yes.
In what capacity?
Municipal court, 6 years, and common police court for 12 years, and a visiting judge for 6 years.
You're currently here under subpoena, are you not?
I am.
You know Tom Bernabei?
I do.
And how long have you known Tom Bernabei?
You know, probably 1980-ish, somewhere in there, maybe a little bit before.
And is he someone that you've known in a political capacity?
Yes.
In what way?
Well, I guess starting out, I knew he was one of the assistant law directors in Massillon, and then he came over to Canton Law Department and helped run the law department, and then at some point in time, Judge Scott Gwynn resigned from that position, and Tom and I vied to be law director, and I have no idea what time of year, that was like 88 or something along those lines. So I've known him as a political ally, I've known him as a political opponent. Sadly, the people of Canton made a mistake and elected Tom,
As opposed to you?
As opposed to
If you don't, it was a man of integrity.
yes.
Objection.
You also know that at a certain point, Mr. Bernabei wrestled with the question of whether or not to continue as or to disaffiliate himself from the Democratic Party.
Yes.
Did he discuss that with you?
Yes.
Did he seek your advice?
Yes.
And when did he seek your advice?
Actually, the advice that he sought was subsequent to him, I believe, making a decision, at least making it known. It would have been the Friday night before the period of time that we circulated the petitions. So that would have been that Saturday, that Friday night, that Saturday, and that Sunday when the petitions were circulated. And we discussed the reasons why he was doing it. I was probably the most skeptical of his close friends. And then throughout that week, when there was still the opportunity to say, let's put a halt to this, we had a number of discussions about it, the pros and cons, and I gave him my opinions, and he gave me his.
What was his tenor or character during the course of his discussions?
Well, you know, you have to go, as everybody said here, you know, Tom is a unique individual, and he makes decisions, and then it's difficult to have him change his mind about anything. And so he's always positive about what he's doing. He always says something to you, and he ends it with right. He'll say something like, the Indians need a first baseman, right? Or, you know, you're an idiot, right? And so he always ends it saying he's right. So you got to deal with Tom in that sense. So the conversations are that he's correct, and you tell him why he shouldn't do it. And so those were the tenors of the thing. But also the philosophy, the reason why. And I would add to Judge Verschoni, I think one of the things that struck me, and Tom's point was that the city of Canton, and that's why I'm focusing my discussions, because that's what we focused on, was that the city of Canton is a one-party city. The Republican Party has effectively abandoned any loyal opposition and doesn't put up a candidate for mayor. They don't put up a candidate for city council. And so we have a one-city party city. And I think that is an issue that is of significance here, because you should have two parties. You can't change if you are just a monolithic city. And I think that was part of Tom's thinking, that in order to change, you have to come at it as an independent individual to do what's right for the city. And that was part of his decision-making process. It was more positive than it was a negative.
Did it seem to be a decision with which he wrestled?
Well, as you know, Tom had another life outside the city. And to give up that life to do what he wants to do, anybody would be an idiot not to wrestle with that decision. In fact, that was one of the ways I challenged him. And so he wrestled with it, But I don't think he wrestled with the philosophical part of it. I don't think he wrestled with that. He wrestled with the consequences to his family, to his way of life. You may notice that Tom's getting old in the tooth. So it's a life-changing thing. And you don't make a decision to do this without thinking of the consequences, and not political consequences, not personal consequences. You know, his wife, his grandkids, his daughter, his friends. You know, this ain't been easy. So when he said, I'm going to do it, I'll tell you, it's good faith.
I have nothing further. Well, I do have something further. You visited him at the University Avenue House.
I did.
And what did you do then?
We have to talk about it. You know, he invited me over. I went in. There was a room. It had the bed in it. It had the clothing in it. You know, it was obvious that he was in that place to live.
I have no further questions. Thank you, Judge.
So I will continue upon my perilous travel of cross-examining judges.
You only get this chance once in a while. I take advantage
I'm
of
going to go for it. When you visited University Avenue, the only room with any signs of habitation was his bedroom, right?
it. And the kitchen. And the garage.
Well, the garage had his car in
That's signs of habitation.
it. If you live in a car, yes.
Some of us have lived in cars. No, but I'm saying, he had things in the garage. The kitchen had all the, you know, accoutrements and things, and then he had the bedroom and the bathroom.
But there was toilet paper in the bathroom.
There was brushes on the wall.
Your wife Nancy is a circulator for your friend Tom's petition.
She was.
And it's accurate to say that both you and Nancy are close friends of Tom.
It is accurate to say that.
By the way, did you listen to the debate between Mr. Perez and Mr. Hingley?
I did not.
Did Nancy?
I don't believe she did.
I think everyone that knows Mr. Bernabei would agree with what you said, but let's not accept this mine is, it's very difficult to dislodge that belief, correct?
I believe so.
You thought that there were issues on both sides as to whether or not he should disaffiliate or not, correct?
On the issue of disaffiliation, I don't think there was a difference of opinion in our discussions. The difference of opinion was the consequences. What is he willing to give up, and what would I have been willing to give up in his place? I would not have been willing to give up anything that Mr. Bernabei did. And so that's where the disagreement came, the personal consequences of his making the decision to disaffiliate. It was never a discussion that it wasn't a philosophical, intellectual decision that he made. That was never an issue.
In his mind.
In my mind and in his mind. Well, in my mind, sure, I can't read his mind, but in our discussions, that was never the debate.
I understand. And did he tell you that he had written or signed some documents conditionally and told certain people to hold them and maybe or maybe not file them?
I know that he talked to me that Friday night, kind of about the status of where things were. I don't want to say chronologically, but legally. And yes, he indicated that he had done some things with checks. He had done some things. He had resigned as, I think, the treasurer for some of the other candidates. So yes, Mr. Plackens, he had told me that he had done a couple of things in preparation to make this final decision that he was legally bound to. But I can't remember individually what each thing was.
So, now having just about completed my cross-examination of two judges, if I sign a letter resigning as a trial attorney, but I'm not sure exactly if I'm going to resign or not, who do you suggest that I give that letter to deliver to the rest of the county? This is a softball for you.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say, I don't know, is there a grand trial lawyer in the sky? I don't know if there's a,
I think there is, thank you for your testimony.
One quick question, Your Honor. Your experience as a judge, lawyers do from time to time lodge with clerks of courts documents to be filed at a later date, do they not?
Judge.
that, my wife is a better answer to that question than I do.
Copies back, and, thank you, sir.
Thank you.